Hey guys, want to show your support to the channel and get some awesome rewards at the same time? Then go check out my Patreon page where at whatever tier you choose that fits your budget, you'll get plenty of rewards such as updates and announcements on the regular, exclusive sneak peeks of my videos before they go up online, get yourself credited, and receive a special shout out at the end of my videos and more. Go to patreon.com/AckleyAttack44227TV to start pledging today. And don't forget to also check out and consider gifting me any items I have listed on my Amazon wishlist and even supporting me on my Streamlabs tipping page that'll also help support the channel directly. Links are in the description box below as well as on my link tree for you to check out. Thank you and enjoy today's video. Take care. Hey guys, like what we do on our channel and want to see more videos from us? Then not to worry about a thing. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well as turning on the notification bell so that way you can see more of our videos coming up very soon. Thank you and enjoy today's video. Hey guys, this is AckleyAttack4427 here with, well, another response/rant video once again. So yeah, and well, surprisingly enough, looks like for this one, we're back in front of course, my DVD and Blu-ray shelf as we speak. So yeah, it's hard to believe it's actually been a long time since I've actually done a video pretty much right in front of my DVD and Blu-ray shelf for sure. With, of course, the ones that you can see in my cabinet, pretty much in that small corner. But hey, I think it still qualifies nonetheless, so yeah, I guess pretty much of anything for today's video for sure, I think it makes sense for me to finally talk about pretty much DVD and Blu-rays once again for sure. But I do have one interesting question that I want to ask all of you guys for sure. Pretty much when it comes to collecting all sorts of DVDs and Blu-rays that are currently out there for sure, that would lead to one interesting question by far. How well do you actually take care of them for sure? Now that is the multi-million-dollar question that I know a lot of people pretty much can give multiple answers for anyways for sure. But for me and everyone else who have been collecting all sorts of movies for sure, we normally usually pretty much take care of them in pretty much the best possible way for sure. And that being, of course, well, keeping them in, of course, their nice cases and everything, pretty much preserving all sorts of pretty much what bits of course, what they actually provide for sure to actually not only make them look very, very presentable on your shelf, but also help keep the discs itself nice and secured and everything, so that way they can actually be up and running for when you put them on and actually watch the movie for sure. So yeah. And I know a lot of people have their own methods of course, taking care of course, all these for sure. But I and many other people can actually agree that this is the best possible way to keep pretty much keep them as they are and actually take really good care of them for sure. So yeah, I think it's what I can say of course that front for sure. But what about the times where, of course, the opposite effect happens for sure, where you think that pretty much once you actually get these movies, they would be well taken care of, so that way they can actually run the movie that you're playing just fine. But actually turned out to be the exact opposite for sure. Kind of bit of a rip-off when you think about it for sure, So yeah, I think it's what I can say on that front for sure, and that's something I definitely want to talk about in, of course, this video for sure, because, well, I've been thinking about this for some time for sure, but I guess given to what happened last week for sure, I figured now would be a good time for me to finally talk about this one for sure. So yeah, and believe it or not, I actually do have an interesting story that actually helps ties into, of course, what I'm actually talking about for sure. Now, if you may recall, right around the past weekend, I had the privilege to, of course, head on over to my local movie theater to catch pretty much the brand new Superman movie directed by James Gunn for sure. And of course, I did talk about that movie in its own thoughts video that I did a while ago for sure. So yeah, you're more than happy to check that out if you actually got the time. So yeah, and of course, pretty much if anything beforehand, there is one thing that did actually happen for sure, pretty much just several days before I got to see the James Gunn Superman movie right around the past weekend for sure. And that being, of course, well, all throughout the entire week, I've decided to take the opportunity to actually sit down and watch all the other Superman movies that I actually got beforehand for sure. You name it. Those range from, of course, the Christopher Reeve movies from back in the day to, of course, Superman Returns, and then topping it off with the 3 DC Extended Universe movies that I never actually got the chance to see. So yeah, and those being, of course, both Man of Steel and both versions of Justice League. You name it, the theatrical cut directed by Joss Whedon, and of course, the Snyder cut as well. So yeah, and I guess surprisingly enough, pretty much during that week, for of course the majority of the copies that I actually got from Amazon not too long ago, they've actually worked great, and I was able to watch those movies just fine, except for 3 of them for sure. So yeah, pretty much of anything, 3 Superman movies that I actually got off of Amazon, those being, of course, Superman 3, Superman 4, The Quest for Peace, and Superman Returns, all actually have damaged discs for sure. Yeah. I'm not making that up once I actually say it for sure. Pretty much the copies that I actually got straight off of Amazon for sure. I thought they were actually going to be working fine, so that way I can run the movies as they are for sure. But literally, the discs that actually contain the movies and stuff in them were completely damaged, and that resulting, of course, pretty much the movies themselves being frozen, and of course skipping several minutes by far for sure, with no explanation whatsoever. So yeah, those actually happened with those 3 movies that I actually got off of Amazon for sure. And to make matters worse by far is that even before I actually did, pretty much even before I realized that problem, I ended up getting those movies straight off of Amazon back in May. And I guess the problem with that is that pretty much given to that front, I'm sure a lot of you guys may be thinking, well, if that's the problem, why don't you just pretty much return those movies and get a refund to get some new ones that actually would work? Well, trust me, I actually had the same thought as well, but the problem with that is that after you received pretty much your purchase for sure, you're only giving a 30-day limit, of course, the product that you actually get for sure, and if it doesn't work out, you can always return it pretty much, yeah, you can actually return them straight to Amazon, and you'll get a refund right away. But like I said, that's only in the matter of the 30-day time period for sure. Pretty much anything that happens after that, probably a no-go, of course, on that front, So yeah, and bear in mind, I actually did notice that right around this month for sure, and again, I did get those movies straight off of Amazon pretty much back in May for sure, so I've already passed the 30-day limit on where I'm supposed to return them for sure, so yeah, and you might be wondering, whatever did happen after that? Well, surprisingly enough, pretty much of anything, when I noticed that problem, I immediately jump into it right away, and I actually did get some brand new copies for sure, this time straight off of eBay for sure. So if I can pull up one of them, for example, hold on. So yeah. I guess the individual copies I did originally get for both Superman 3 and 4. I actually did replace it with, of course, this nice double feature DVD copy of both those movies that pretty much I was referring to hands down. And let me tell you, they work a whole lot better by far. Well, it's too bad the movies themselves suck balls big time, but I'm glad to see that the discs, and of course this one, actually did work for sure. So yeah, that's pretty much one good example on that front. So that's actually the case for Superman 3 and 4. While I guess for Superman Returns that I actually got sometime later, actually is working just fine when I actually tried it out on my computer. And in case a lot of you guys are wondering, yes, that problem did not only happen with, of course, pretty much when I play those movies on my regular DVD and Blu-ray player for sure, but also the same thing on my computer for sure. So yeah, and like I said, with, of course, Superman 3 and 4 that I got in that double feature pack, I did get this brand new copy of Superman Returns straight off of eBay, and like I said, that actually works a whole lot better for sure. So yeah, I think, I guess if anything, it's quite sad that some sellers on eBay who are selling the same movies as Amazon right now are doing a much better job in taking care of these by far way more than Amazon. So yeah, let's put you back. So yeah, that's pretty much the one issue that I actually found for sure, and that did leave me feeling absolutely perplexed, of course, on why this actually occurred for sure, because if anything, pretty much of anything, physical media by far really is the most important part of any form of media for sure. Like, it's not just movies and TV shows for sure, but also video games and plenty of others in particular that do rely on physical media for sure. So you think pretty much the people who created those and are selling them to the public would actually take much better care of course, all these for sure, and make sure that none of them are, of course, damaged or, of course, fucked up in a way, right to the point where you couldn't even watch pretty much the movies by far for sure. So yeah, I think it's what I could say, of course, that front for sure, but yeah, I guess pretty much if anything, I know it's not the first time that something like this actually happened for sure. I'm pretty sure there are other instances where, of course, something similar did actually occur for sure. So yeah. And trust me, I had my fair share of course, times as a kid where, of course, when, of course, DVD was a brand new thing for me and my family for sure. And for a while, it actually did work great for sure. There are several times where, of course, the disc we got actually started skipping because, of course, the discs themselves are incredibly scratched and everything. So yeah. And yeah, I think I was pretty bummed out when I actually first realized this for sure, and yeah, and I think I finally start to realize is that if I ever do want to keep hold of course, my DVDs and Blu-rays for sure, I need to treat them with a lot more respect for sure, and actually take well better care for them for sure. But yeah, that's pretty much what I could say on that front for sure, and well, luckily enough, I think throughout the years, especially with, of course, the ones I've been gaining over time for sure, I have been taking really good care of them in its entirety from what I can gather, because, well, I really do want the pretty much the movies that I'm actually getting to actually really be well taken care of for sure. Like pets, as a good example, so, but they'll just don't feed them any food by far, that, yeah, if you if you think pretty much of the whole peg example that I'm actually referring to, that you might be taking it a little too literally, then you clearly don't understand what I'm talking about for sure, so yeah. But either way, I do think better care needs to be taken for, of course, pretty much all sorts of movies and stuff on physical media for sure, so that way the movies that you've actually seen on the big screen or on television for sure can actually play the same way of course any form of discs for sure, so yeah. But honestly, I think it's what I could say on that front for sure, and I do know throughout the years, many studios who have actually been releasing all these movies and stuff on physical media have really been doing everything they can to really make sure they're well taken care of for sure, so that way you can actually play them at the comfort of your own home, and that's pretty much what they wanted to do ever since they first started, way back in the day, when, of course, pretty much of anything, pretty much the very first VHS was, of course, created for sure, as well as other things that, came before VHS for sure, but I digress, so yeah. And I guess either way, that is, of course, what I'm hoping for with, of course, any form of physical media in the years to come for sure. I really do think that pretty much of anything they need to be well taken care of for sure, right to the point where you can actually play the ones that you actually want to play for sure. And yeah. And I do get it, the ones that can't play the movie properly and, of course, are completely damaged and stuff right to the point where they're unwatchable for sure. That I do get for sure, and if that's something that you can't stand, trust me, you're not alone, of course, on that front, because, well, I have my fair deal of course, stuff like this happening back in the past for sure. So I guess if anything, we do need to take better precautions, of course, pretty much taking care of DVDs and Blu-rays in any way for sure. And let's not forget to mention, if you look on Google and YouTube, there is actually several methods, of course, how to actually clean your discs and even fix damaged discs for sure, so that way stuff like this won't happen again for sure, So yeah, but I guess either way, I think it's what I could say on that front for sure, and yeah, I guess with, of course, most of the movies I did get in the past that have their discs damaged for sure, yeah, I think I do kind of felt it was a massive rip-off for sure, that it does make me wonder that if the people who are actually making these discs for sure for all these movies would probably double check to make sure any of them are in working order for sure, let alone see if there's no damage or anything before they can sell it out to the public. That's pretty much what I think in a nutshell for sure, so yeah, and if that were to actually happen, like say if a disc is damaged for sure, then they should probably pretty much toss it away and actually try to see if they can actually fix the issue with maybe a brand new copy that they can actually get for sure. One that's not only workable, but also playable for sure, so yeah. And I know that's saying a whole lot because with today's modern day technology for sure, whether it be with new forms of course, television, computers, and otherwise for sure, and even today's modern society of the internet for sure, people can actually really pretty much get their message across, of course, what they're saying about taking better care of physical media for sure, right to the point where the pretty much the people selling these products, let alone the people creating the products, will take note, of course, pretty much all the issues that a lot of people are saying, right to the point where they'll actually say, okay, yeah, we'll definitely see if we can try to fix it, so yeah, and of course, there are some that actually did hear us out and actually are being encouraged to actually do better. Other times, there are some that would just brush it off for sure. So yeah, but I guess either way, what really matters by far is that we need to have pretty much, we need to have better care to be taken with, of course, all of these movies for sure, so that way we can actually have something to put on for sure, whether it be for, of course, something that you want to put on in the background while you got other things going on, while other times you want to invite some friends over for a nice movie night for sure. Or, of course, you can be like me and plenty of other people on the internet for sure, and actually gag all sorts of movies and stuff, all sorts of movies and stuff on physical media, not just for collector's purposes, but to also make videos on for sure, like what I'm doing right here. So yeah. I guess, if anything, a lot like everyone else, I am a strong advocate to keep physical media alive for sure, because with all sorts of news articles and announcements saying that physical media is about to die, so that way streaming can reign supreme for sure, we're always going to be guaranteed to actually fight back and actually try to win the battle against streaming for sure. Or I guess better yet, maybe get right to the point where, of course, well, pretty much both physical media and streaming can actually work together for sure and actually join forces. So yeah. And I know there's plenty of others that have actually done that for sure, so I do hope that we'll actually keep that momentum going for sure, and I guess for me and plenty of others for sure, I'm still going to relay, of course, whatever bits of money that I would actually get for sure to actually keep physical media alive for sure. Because trust me, there are plenty of DVDs and Blu-rays that I haven't got yet for sure that I would love to get my hands on for sure. Some of which are some movies that came out years ago that I never actually got the chance to see. Or some that I do want to check out to tie into a new release for sure. And sometimes, with, of course, with a new movie that I actually did see on the big screen for sure, I would actually get it on DVD and Blu-ray sometime later for sure. And trust me, there's a lot that I actually got going on for sure. And again, seeing how I've been taking advantage of my DVD and Blu-ray player that is region-free that I currently got for well over a year for sure, and trust me, it still works really great for sure. There are still plenty of other DVDs and Blu-rays releasing in other countries that I would also love to get my hands on for sure. And again, it does revolve around the movies, some of which I have seen, or some that I haven't seen for sure. One good example of that is that, well, pretty much of anything, amongst plenty of the movies I got off of Amazon, I did get this really nice Blu-ray copy of Michael Jackson's magnum opus, Moonwalker, which, ironically enough, was actually released exclusively in the United Kingdom for sure, and yeah, as someone who actually really loves Michael Jackson for sure, I say it was well worth it for me to finally get this one for sure, so yeah. Either way, I'm actually really impressed with, of course, how well it turned out, and don't worry, I think I will probably take a look at this some point around in the near future, so yeah. And let's not forget to mention plenty of others for sure, like, of course, let's take, for example, pretty much when I got all 7 of the Conjuring movies for sure, which actually makes sense, seeing how the newest one, The Conjuring Last Rite, will be is already slated to come out this September for sure. So I say this will be a really great way for me to brush myself up on, of course, all of the other movies by far to really get myself prepared for, of course, the new one. And yeah, and I know a lot of you guys are saying that I'm missing The Nun 2 for sure. Well, surprisingly enough, I did actually get it, but in its own individual copy for sure. So yeah, apparently this right here didn't include this at the time, but for sure. So that's one thing to bear in mind. So yeah, that's another good example of course, what I'm referring to. And let's not forget to mention there are a couple of other movies that I did talk about in my thoughts videos around the time they came out for sure, that I was lucky enough to actually get on physical media for sure. Like, of course, pretty much of anything, as a recent example for sure, I did manage to get myself The Day the Earth Blew Up, a Looney Tunes movie for sure. And it makes sense because I really enjoyed that movie a whole lot for sure, and I was impressed on how it turned out. And, of course, finally getting it on Blu-ray for sure, it really is well worth it, so yeah. And I do applaud Catch Up Entertainment for actually releasing this one for sure, so let's hope they'll do the same thing next year with, of course, Coyote vs. Ackley. So yeah, that's another good example that I'm actually referring to. And, of course, let's not forget to mention another good example. Well, of course, I got this 4K and Blu-ray copy of course, Sonic 3. Now, I guess it is quite obvious on that front. I still really enjoyed this movie a whole lot. And you might be saying to yourself, how can you actually try to get this movie in this copy for sure? You don't have a 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray player. Well, that is true. I mean, I do have pretty much, I do have my region-free DVD and Blu-ray player, but that only plays up to regular Blu-rays for sure. But I guess for the 4K Ultra HD copy of Sonic 3 that I actually got right here, sure, I do get the 4K copy in its own disc as expected. But if you actually, if I can move these out of the way, yeah, you can definitely see that they do actually have the regular Blu-ray copy in it for sure. So I think I'm already in good hands, of course, at that front for sure. Like I said, this is something that Paramount is currently doing as of now for sure, to which I did talk about months ago in its own video for sure. So it's unlikely they'll actually go back to releasing regular Blu-ray copies of their newer movies individually for sure. So we're gonna have to wait and see on that. So yeah, let's put you back here. Yeah, there we go. So yeah. I guess either way, it's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. So yeah, don't get me wrong. I know it's getting expensive nowadays, still collecting more of these movies for sure. But I still want to do everything I can to actually keep physical media alive and actually try to advocate to still make that a reality for sure, because, well, that's something a lot of us in the past actually grew up with when we first came across it for sure. So we want to keep it going for not just us getting older for sure, but also some new generations that are currently popping up as we speak, so that way they can get a full idea of course, what we're actually trying to show them for sure, and actually see if they can get involved as well for sure. So yeah, and I know that's saying a whole lot because yeah, I know it's pretty much just me talking like movie politics or everything, because, well, let's face it, I'm no truggle dump for sure. So yeah, but either way, I think pretty much, if anything, I still want to keep physical media alive for sure. But what really matters on that front is that if we want to keep it going for sure, pretty much us buying these movies, and of course the pretty much the consumers selling these for sure, need to actually make sure that they're well taken care of for sure, right to the point where they're both playable and watchable for sure. So yeah, that's something that we want to see happen for sure. And if pretty much discs and stuff from, of course, all these movies do get damaged in a way, we need to bring this issue up, so that way pretty much a lot of people can finally realize that problem, so that way stuff like this won't happen again for sure. So yeah. let that sink in by far. So if we want to keep physical media alive, we need to take better care of course, all these movies for sure. Right to the point where, of course, they can keep on going for many years to come for sure. That's something that we've been sticking with ever since they first started way back in the day. So let's see if we can actually keep that going for years to come. And also to any consumers and stuff who are actually selling these movies by far, let this be a life lesson to you. If you actually got a product in your hands that you're trying to sell out to the public that actually has a damaged disc and everything, right to the point where, of course, they're not watchable or playable, of course, all of your DVDs and Blu-ray players, well then, by all means, don't sell them to the public. You're not going to get any form of money if you actually do that strategy for sure. So yeah, let that be a life lesson for sure. So I do hope later on down the road, someone will finally take note of course, what I'm saying in this video, and finally get a full understanding of what I'm talking about for sure. And again, I do want to see physical media pretty much stay around for sure, and I do want to grow and evolve for sure. Much like all the other things that I actually said in the previous videos for sure. Like, of course, when I did several videos on the Bachman Thomas and Friends range for sure. I do want Bachman to keep on going with them, and I do want them to grow and evolve with them for sure. Especially with some new models that they're going to be pushing out for the time being for sure. And I mean, yeah, it's going to take time and money for sure, but just as long as we stay patient about it and actually give us something really good, then I think we're actually going to be in a really great spot, I'm not going to lie, so yeah, and I can make the same argument for DVDs and Blu-rays nowadays for sure. And I guess if anything, studios nowadays for sure usually take about 2 to 3 months after the films are released on the big screen to finally push them out onto physical media for sure. So I do hope that they'll not only grow and evolve pretty much in a way to keep it alive for sure, depending on how much money they actually make, because, well, pretty much if anything, if you were to ask a lot of people, physical media is not only a great way to help the studios make money so that way they can make more movies for sure, but it also helps pay the cast and crew for sure who have actually worked hard to actually make those movies for sure. And I know, if anything, Christopher Nolan is also pretty much a strong advocate for that, especially when he actually is promoting the Blu-ray release for Oppenheimer for sure. So yeah, that's something we've actually stuck with in the past, so let's keep that going for many years to come for sure. So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. So yeah. And I guess on that thought alone, I think I'll definitely end this video here. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this latest video. And by all means, what do you think of course, this whole topic that I just talked about for sure? Let me know what you think down in the comments down below. I would love to know on what you guys think. So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. Thank you guys so much for watching this this latest video, and don't worry about a thing, I do hope to actually still get more of these later on down the road, because, well, I've got a whole lot to fill up this whole shelf, and don't worry, I will actually pretty much get some more space later on to get more shelves, so that way I can keep on going with, of course, collecting all these movies for sure. But we're gonna have to wait and see, of course, that front. But until then, quite fitting enough, I did manage to pretty much get done pretty much viewing the I Know What You Did Last Summer movies by far, so that way I'm fully prepped for, of course, the new one that's out now alongside the new Smurfs movie. So yeah, I'll be sure to let you guys know on what I thought of those two once I do finally see them. And I did manage to finish up watching all the Fantastic Four movies before the MCU's take on it comes out next weekend for sure. So again, I'll be sure to let you guys know on what I thought about that said film once I do go see it for sure. So yeah. But I guess until then, right up until I'll actually get around to those, I guess I'll see about watching any of the other ones I currently got while still planning on buying some future ones later on down the road. So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say on that. So until then, thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next video. And now, if you'll excuse me, I'll be quite curious to see what I might watch next. Oh yeah. Guess it's time for me to rewatch The Bad Guys before its sequel comes out, so that's gonna be quite interesting. So yeah, I'll leave you at that. Take care. Special thanks to all of my supporters on Patreon for making today's video possible, including my top tier supporters for this month, VD. So if you want to be like these guys and show your support to us, then go to patreon.com/AckleyTackTV to pledge now, do so, and get some awesome rewards within your budget. Hey guys, this is AckleyTack4427 here. Thank you all so much for watching today's video. Feel free to like, comment, and share if you enjoy what you're seeing. If you like what you see here and want to see more videos coming up, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button and switch on the notification bell to get notifications, and select all notifications to be notified for when we post a new video. And don't forget to switch on notifications on your phone as well. Also, don't forget to check out my second channel and our 2-member channel with Sam the Thomas Fan 1, SamAttack4427TheThomasFan1 Productions, for plenty more content you can't find on here. You can check both of our channels out with the links or by our handles provided on screen. Feel free to shoot me an email with my email address provided, backley95@hotmail.com, if you want to ask me a question, want to collab with me for a project you've got in the works, or if you want to book me to be featured for a convention coming up. Follow me on my social media pages on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to keep up to date with me on updates, announcements, and new releases of my videos, as well as plenty of others I've got with my handles provided, as well as the links down in the description box below. Also, don't forget to follow me on TikTok for other videos I've got aside from the ones I've posted on YouTube, and on Twitch for any future live streams I've got coming up soon, as well as join our official Discord server to see what we've provided. If you wish to show your support to me, then feel free to check out my Patreon to get sneak peeks of my videos coming up before they go up online, as well as getting access to updates and playing more, in addition to getting some awesome rewards within your budget. Also, don't forget to check out and show your support to me on my wishlist on Amazon, and even supporting me at streamlabs.com/AckleyTackTV/tip that you can find in the description box below, as well as on my Twitch page. And in case you can't find any of the links that are provided, then not to worry about a thing. All the links and stuff are also provided on my link tree that you can also find in the description box below, as well as a few selected number of my social media pages. Other than that, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll be sure to see you in the next video. Take care.